Oh, that's what the G stands for. I was like, why am I doing Windows G for a screen capture? It's because it's called Game Bar. I learned something today, guys.
Hey.
5, 4, 3, 2, 20-second opener. Go.
Slam.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to season 81 of the Worst Movie Ever Made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind: to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ackman. I'm joined by my co-host and fellow mad scientist, Rob Scucci and Bob Hasek. Hey guys, how are you and why are we doing Cool as Ice?
Why wouldn't we do Cool as Ice? It is cool. We're doing it because it's cool.
It's cool.
It's cool. I got nothing. Somebody's screaming outside. You guys hear that? And they're like, "Rah." Oh,
No.
cool. Anywho, so yeah,
That's in your head.
yeah, probably. So yeah, Vanilla Ice, basically proto Machine Gun Kelly. I think Machine Gun Kelly unironically thinks Vanilla Ice is the coolest guy on the planet because the image is identical. Bob, how are you feeling? Do you want to talk about this? Do you want to describe this? We have a new bumper, I believe, for you.
Hell yeah, let's do this. New season, new bumper.
Yeah, go for it.
Here we go.
I don't care that you slept with my sister, now I got a daughter niece. I don't care that you gave me the crotch critters twice.
Confused? We are too. But don't worry, Bob lives to explain. This is the best explanation.
The best? I wouldn't call it the best. But anyway, that's just me.
I wanted the worst.
Okay, here we go. Rudimentary raps from a ridiculous race-robbing cradle robber.
Can you repeat that?
Rudimentary raps from a ridiculous race-robbing cradle robber.
Like it. Okay, that's 100% accurate. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
Totally
it is.
agree.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Now, this is actually short considering how confusing this movie was, but at the same time, this movie was only half a movie and half a music video, which I will explain. Here we go. Johnny Van Owen, which is actually very similar to Vanilla Ice's real name.
Mr. Winkle over here, yeah.
Van Winkle, yeah.
So Johnny Van Owen is a drifter and rapper and motorcyclist and has a crew that he rides with, equally as drifty and rappy. And they end up in a suburban town.
Yeah.
They end up in a suburban town due to a broken down bike, and Johnny falls for a horse riding high school senior whose dad is unbeknownst to her in the witness protection program. The dad is seen on TV by the disgraced former cops that he ratted on 17 or so years ago and is hunted down by the two not very threatening guys demanding
not so much
that he pay them money. The Cycle Gang saves the day, impossibly, all while winning the hearts and minds of the suburbanites.
Homie.
Bravo. That's about right.
Yeah.
Okay, now that you have the context, let's throw it to our new segment, which is like kind of a riff on our old segment. This is the worst YouTube comment.
Experts say that going onto YouTube and reading the comments is tremendous for your mental health because everybody else by comparison is batshit insane.
If I had known that, I'd been here months ago.
Did he legit break into this woman's house, put his finger in her mouth, and later on kidnap her little brother?
Okay, just for clarification, Rob, you didn't write that, did you?
No, I did not. Yeah, that was the best, worst one I could find. Everybody
hit. Oh my god, that's great.
Mostly just short comments saying like, "Oh, I love this movie, but it's really lame now, but it's still funny."
Yeah, that's what it normally is. Weirdly, you know, even on these bad movies. But yeah, that was fucking awesome. Okay, let's throw it to our new test number 1. We bumped this one up the schedule. This is our limerick version. We're going to all summarize this movie now for you in Ain't That a Pitch?
Money now and a lot more when I get in that office. I can take that to the bank.
Mo's money, Mo's money, Mo's money.
I'm gonna take you to the bank. Is that what I'm trying to the blood bank.
Ain't that a pitch?
Perfect. All right, who's going first?
That is great. Let's do the Chris Bob Rob typical.
Yeah, that's the round robin. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready when you are. Ready?
It's Chris. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
His name is Vanilla Ice, and his lyrics make him sound like he's high on spice. To all the ladies, he is super nice, but he's on the bad guys like white on rice. He's driving a Bugatti, and I guess he knows karate because he's knocking out guys like he's Kimbo Slice.
Right.
I went with Vanilla Ice. Steven.
Not exactly a limerick, but we'll give you a pass.
Right. That was more 90s hip hop than a limerick, but we'll take it.
I went with the he's driving a Bugatti, and I guess he knows karate as the
that was
structure.
That was a sick drop.
All right, here we go.
Thanks.
The character introductions were nice and lazy, especially the former cops who were at sight shady. They tried to make it an exciting action plot, but ended up with endless silent reaction shots and endless cool from the guy who made Ice Ice Baby.
Right. This man doesn't stop, collaborate, or listen. He's got ice cubes in his pocket for his breaking and entering mission. Crooked cops steal his bitch because her daddy's a snitch. He saves the day with dance moves and diction.
Yes, Rob 5.
Yeah, Rob 5. The opening line. Rob, your opening line always fucking just takes the cake, man.
Thank you.
All right, so pitch 5-star Rob. Fuck yeah. Way to open the season. I love this because I hate this movie so much that I hope it wins. Maybe not throughout the season, but anyway, let's throw it to test number 2. This is the most offensive.
Time to give everybody the good old zip and slip with the most offensive.
You keep my penis out your mouth now. Yeah, I'm talking about my penis. My penis is just fine.
All right.
The zip and slip?
Yeah, with the penis in the mouth, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You go, get your penis out my mouth. So, that's a zip and slip right there.
Right, got it. This is maybe a subtle reference to a movie we did recently, but jacking a Jill's journal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Right up front, our hero takes the diary off of Catherine, the chick who we're supposed to like. He's the hero, and he stole her diary and is literally reading it in front of all his friends.
Yeah. Her private thoughts.
Her he stole my letter.
Her private.
Her
private honor roll horse girl notes. Her thoughts about mitochondrias and galloping.
Number.
Oh God, I keep forgetting.
I didn't do 5. Ooh,
you didn't
SRC.
do. Yeah, so we did.
All right, so
we did number
5.
Now it's time for number 4. Here we go.
Fuck for forgiveness. This is Nick asking Catherine to literally have sex with him so that he can forgive her for dancing with Vanilla Ice. I almost called him Ice Cube, but Vanilla Ice in the high school auditorium where...
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like really confused. It got kind of crazy. Got kind of crazy. Like she's with this guy, she goes to the dance, and then Vanilla Ice shows up and he does his routine and then he dances with her and shit, and like it's all very confusing, but like he's like, oh well, you danced with this guy, so now you have to fuck me, like for me to forgive you. And she's like, nah, I'm gonna just like walk in the middle of the road all the way home.
Yeah.
Instead. Yeah. But we'll get into what happens when she's walking in the middle of the road a little later. Number 3. Okay, so at that scene, right?
Yeah.
Floor-humping a female fresh from high school.
Yes.
This is to Bob's point of cradle robbing, but Yeah, he is at like the high school dance or the equivalent of fresh out of high school, and he does this routine, and then he like dances with her, and then he takes her down to the ground and starts dry humping her.
He does the worm. He does the worm on top of her, basically.
She's just like, ah.
Yeah,
kind of hurts. But you know, number 2 is a little worse. This is hopping a fence, harming a horse, and hurting a hottie.
Yeah.
So that
how's he harm the horse?
So he hops the fence with his Bugatti, which was, by the way,
a horse.
Yeah. He somehow does the grease 2 like jump over the police car, but he hops over the fence. There was literally no ramp or anything. He just like bunny hops a motorcycle over a fence and right in front of a horse. Yeah. The horse like does the whinny and the like back leg thing and throws her off. Even if it's not physically harming the horse, but I think he did. He at least emotionally damaged the horse, and he definitely hurt his prospective female mate in the process. And I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But nothing compared.
I've heard that being thrown from a horse is like life changing. Like it could totally paralyze you.
Christopher Reeve.
It could. Yeah, Christopher Reeve. Well, yeah. I mean,
so you're right.
Like if you're just like a casual, equestrian, and you're tossed, and you land wrong. If you're like a rodeo guy, then maybe getting thrown from a horse is kind of your day to day. But like if you're just like somebody who likes the idea of it.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, she's like 14, so she's pretty bouncy, but still.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, flexible bones at that age.
The cartilage.
But yeah, nothing compares. Nothing compares to number 1. This is a clip I called Finger Water.
We don't want to wake up Mom and Dad.
Fuck, who does that?
You guys watch Family Guy when like Meg's sleeping and like you see Quagmire's naked leg go across the bed and like his toe ends up in her mouth and she wakes up and he's like, didn't mean to wake ya, and his toe just like slowly comes out of frame.
No,
that's what it reminded me of.
But it is like that. But where did the water come from?
But this is dipping into all my catch-all. Like, where did he get the ice cube? Like, it's an ice cube.
Oh,
he dips in her mouth. Yes. Where the fuck did he get that from?
Out of his back pocket. He's Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, because that was my catch-all thing. It's either, because that's his calling card, obviously. We all get the joke. But did he bring it with him and that's why it was so melty? Or did he, like, break in through a window, like, sneak out into, like, her kitchen undetected, grab something from the ice tray, and then, like, shimmy on back?
No, her dad made out so well by selling out the other cops that she had like a mini fridge back in the day with like an ice maker.
They have like the good nugget ice bedside.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Nugget ice. Oh my god, so good for chewing.
Oh god, yeah.
All right, Rob, let's throw to your ad read.
Sure.
Hey, do you have any really good ideas like this one?
You know I'm trying to get that chicken and check casher place off the ground.
Chicken and check casher, they don't go together.
Neither does chicken and waffles, but you see how that blew up.
Oh.
Well, Rob will tell us all about it in Rob's ad read.
Today's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by getting laid off immediately after getting promoted. Just long enough to be exploited for your talent and offered benefits, but rendered unable to use any of them after your employer implodes on itself and fires everybody. Sounds like a hopeless situation? That's because it is. But hey, who will never do you wrong? Hot dogs at 3 a.m. The recommended means of preparation in this situation involves a toaster and a bathtub. You want to see real unemployment? This version's going to black out the entire fucking power grid. Hot dogs at 3 a.m. Gobble responsibly, or don't. I don't give a shit. Back to that retarded movie with Vanilla Ice.
Okay, thanks, Rob. Let's throw it to test number 3, the worst dialogue.
I haven't got a job in the world.
My father just died and left me something in his will.
But I thought you said your father was already dead.
Well, he was just dead to me, but now he's dead to the rest of the world.
Oh my
The
God,
dialogue can't get much worse than that. Maybe it will in the worst dialogue.
All right.
Oh, I challenge you, Bob. Let's start with number 5. This is Gays Are Amazed.
Rolling in town when the winter's down. I'm on my bike and I'm headed for the mic. Battles confused with the news of my arrival. Instincts are primal, I'm all about survival. Proceed with caution, I'm like a blaze that's roared for days. All the gays are amazed. Dazed by the force that they just witnessed. Master, here's a title to fit this. Man before ya, a lyrical lawyer. Suing all suckers on the mic and boy, ya slick. I trick like a magician on the microphone. I'm like a rap technician. Turn the party out in my opinion. Witty words make the world my dominion. Figure out a riddle and rhyme, you can't stump me. I get off if the beat is funky. I'm not sleepy, dopey, or grumpy, but you be falling just like Humpty did. And that's all she wrote. Then I disappear in a puff of smoke. I'm like a surgeon and I'm merging. Stay away or I slice. I don't sweat it under pressure cause I'm cool as ice.
Yeah, his lyrics are fucking awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really awful. But you think that's bad? Wait until
You think
number
that's
2.
bad?
Wait until number 2 because we're gonna get back into his lyrics.
Okay.
Number 4 though. All right, so imagine Vanilla Ice. So imagine Vanilla Ice saves your child from a kidnapping situation.
Yep.
When you go over him and you're like, "Hey, here's my gratitude. I'm gonna lend the hand." You know. And this is the response. Go ahead, Rob. Play number 4. This is thanks.
Thanks. Doesn't really matter.
What?
Thanks. Thanks.
It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really
Okay, all right. I was confused. I was waiting for more, like for him to explain why it doesn't really matter, but that's literally all that happens, and that's
Yeah.
What were they thinking there? What was that? Was that supposed to be like cool? Like
He
reserved?
was so humbled by his cool haircut that he was at a lack for words.
I guess. Number 3. This is
You know, sometimes I think I know you. But then how can you know somebody that you just met, right? I mean, you make me feel special, but how do I know that you don't make everybody feel special? How do I know that this isn't just another town and I'm not just another Monique?
Is this you or your old man talking?
Me. I don't know.
You know something you don't know.
She just said that.
You don't know me. You don't know me at all.
How do I know you know? I know you know, because I don't know. Do you know? You know something you don't know? Do you know something you don't know? What is
something?
Just gets worse and worse the more you try to unravel it. It is maybe the worst writing I've ever heard.
Like,
but
I don't know if you guys ever had a bird. Like I had cockatiels growing up, and like when I was like 5 or 6, I thought they could talk like parrots, and like I hear you're supposed to say like pretty bird over and over again to get them to repeat you. And after saying pretty bird about like 47,000 times, it loses meaning, and that's kind of the same feeling I had while watching this scene.
I had that when I was like 11 with the word sidewalk.
Oh yeah.
I was just standing outside, like saying the word sidewalk while staring at a sidewalk for like a half an hour. You know?
Yeah.
Just a regular Wednesday.
And then you enrolled for a philosophy class, and you were like,
anymore.
"There is no sidewalk."
Yeah, it was like I couldn't hear the word sidewalk anymore. It was a really weird day. Number 2. This is Without You. I warned you. This is more lyrics. Okay, so this is part of Bob's music video that he said half of this movie is. Would this one succeed if it hit MTV? I'm not so sure. This is Without You. Go ahead, Rob.
And I wanna see you and me together, baby love, I'll leave you never. Heartfelt emotions and desire, I'm on fire. Your love can take me higher. After this, you know that I'll never ever doubt you. 'Cause sweetheart, I never wanna be without you. Never be without you.
It's clever because rhyming you with you is a reflexive rhyme, which is like kind of cheap, but he rhymes doubt without making it a solid internal rhyme, showing the lyrical prowess that this man truly has.
Hit your bingo cards. That's giving this movie too much credit. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say right off the bat, but we've been. Yeah, he's like, I want to be with you forever, and I want to leave you never, and I want to see you and me together. It's just like if you were 9 and trying to write a Valentine to your sweetheart, it would sound something like that.
Yeah.
It is so fucking bad. I encourage you to watch this movie, actually. I had a really good time. This is one of those movies where like it's really bad in an entertaining way. For me, anyway. Like I was laughing throughout.
No, I had a good time. It's not like other movies where like I actively had a good time at multiple moments while watching this.
Yeah, for real. It was like laughable bad in the way that like you know what their mindset was in the 90s, so you know how to like watch this through that like purview. All that said, I'm not going to even give this clip context. I just want you to hear it for what it is. This is number 1. This is the.
You know what? Fuck it.
This is Schlong.
Yo, I'm out of here. Where you going? Across the street to Schlinging, schlong.
To Schlinging, schlong. Going across the street.
Yeah.
To sling a schlong? Is that what he says? To sling his schlong?
That's literally what he's...
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he said. Right?
Yeah. That reminds me of a catch-all I forgot to write down. I'm going to write down now for later.
I don't know.
Cool.
That was a short one. Maybe you can treat it like an abuser later. Please, just sling a schlong later. And we're not talking about 3 a.m. dongs, you know? Let's try test number 4, the worst production.
You're gonna need a montage. Even Rocky had a montage.
The worst production.
Montage.
Love it.
Nice. Okay. This movie was inspired by, though not inspired.
Okay.
If you get the drift of my two meanings.
Yeah.
And so here's what happened. Ice Cube did Boys in the Hood. And Vanilla Ice's creative team thought, we should do a movie too. As it's the hip hop thing to do, to like make you seem legit or hard or dope or fat.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the movie's basically a series of music videos held together by a really, really shaky plot. And plot holes to accompany said plot. It's a movie, but barely. Thank you, Chris, for the reminder.
You're welcome. So inspired by, but not inspired?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I didn't really make the Vanilla Ice like gangster movie of the past connection there. I thought it was just like Vanilla Ice was really hot at the late 80s, early 90s, so they were just like, let's just like craft a movie around him. We'll just come up with something.
No, it was all inspired by Ice Cube. And Ice Cube wasn't even like the main character in Boys in the Hood. He was just in it.
Yeah,
like it wasn't about him. You know, it was about the boys.
Well, this was like a cross between Boys in the Hood and like a Sin Seagal movie, though.
When did Friday come out?
Much later.
Like late 90s, probably, right?
Yeah.
Mid.
All right.
Yeah, like 96, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, Boys in the Hood was like 80s, almost early 90s.
Okay.
Right, and I've heard good things, you know? Haven't seen it, personally.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. All right, let's start.
It's not as good as yeah. Go ahead, go for it.
Well, finish it.
I'm a grown ass man. I got bills to pay. I got another family across town. I got this nasty drug habit, and I'm in love with this bitch I can't stand.
We know all about the worst acting.
Bravo.
Hot damn. Yeah, Bob, that is your bumper theme right there. That shit always hits hard.
I'm never letting it go until you make me until you force me to.
You can't let it go until
It's okay.
Chris lets reproduction from Grease 2 go, because that's been like 6 seasons now.
Don't worry.
It's going to be a battle.
There's more to be had.
We're going to fight it out.
Yeah.
There's more to be had.
Yeah.
Okay, so you heard it's test number 5, the worst acting. So number
1, Daddy.
Whew, check this shit out. This is The Hero.
What the hell is that?
Don't ask me.
So what's up? How you doing?
Fine.
And the horse?
Since when do you care?
Wait a minute, you two know each other.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Well, which is it, Kathy?
Kathy. Mm-hmm. Cat.
Come on, we're wasting his time.
Oh, no, you're not wasting my time. I'm just cooling.
Ben, you're wasting our time.
All right, I get it. Check this, though. If you need me, I'll be right over there.
She won't.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Oh, yeah, Cat. Words of wisdom. Drop that 0 and get with the hero.
Excuse me?
See you later, Dick. It's Nick. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nick. That's right. Oh, yeah. Kathy. Mm-hmm. We know each other. Yeah, your name's Kathy, like cat. Drop that 0 and get with the hero. I don't know. Does acting get worse than that?
Yeah, probably. We'll see.
Oh.
Yeah,
we'll see next week. Yeah. All right, let's throw it to number 2. This is tomorrow.
Isn't it marvelous?
It's in a million pieces. Yeah, like I always say, you can't put anything together until you take it apart.
Huh? Yo, man, that's a great philosophy, but, like, can you put it back together with quickness?
That's exactly what I intend to do.
When will that be?
Well, now, I don't know. Maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Wait till tomorrow. Ba-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. Silverchair. Yeah.
The organ that you were like playing there, Rob, reminded me of The Dark Backward. Which has been coming up a lot.
It's
It reminded me of Nothing But Trouble.
Yeah, that's good too.
It made me think they, on the first pass on the sound design, they wanted to use kazoos, like, and they're like, no, bring it down just a little bit, guys.
Bring it down to an organ. That's a little more.
Bring it down
material.
to like a Hammond that you hear during the 7th inning stretch instead.
All right, let's throw it to number 3. This is the culmination of the entire movie in a clip here. This is Imagine That.
Those bass lines go fucking hard though, dude. Did I get the wrong clip?
I don't know. He's like talking to Nick at the end of the movie, and he's like, "Imagine that!" Like brings back the "Imagine that" from earlier when they were talking to you. I don't know. It was stupid. Who cares? This movie fucking sucks. I hate everything about it. Let's throw it to fact or no fact. Go ahead, Bob. Take it away.
My bad. Shit.
No, it's probably my bad. I'm stupid. So.
Next, I remember clipping him saying that, but maybe I just named it wrong or something. Shit. All right, it's fact or no fact. Here we go. Woo.
Fact or no fact?
Absolutely, positively, no
fact.
Now these chicken breasts or is your breast?
I'm just glad it's not Grease 2. Just glad.
I mean, Grease 2.
Okay. Fact or no fact this week. It's cool as ice. I just I kind of thought of who picked this movie, and I wrote whose advice, because that was the closest rhyme I could come with cool as ice. So this is going to test your visual memory, and right now I'm leaning toward Rob on this one because he watched it most recently.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 4 of these things are real. One of them's a lie. Let me introduce it properly. Johnny Van Owen's jacket is embroidered with 4 of these 5 things.
Okay.
Pick the one that was not on his jacket. Okay, first one. Deep. Okay, second one. Fresh.
Okay.
Third one. Ice.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth one. Lust. Oh, yeah. Fifth one. Yep. And by the way, there were at least 6 more.
Wow.
Here's... I'm trying to recall, because a lot of times they were written like weird block letters and they couldn't make them out. Because like, it was like that like weird like 90s aesthetic.
Yes.
But
yeah,
I don't recall seeing ice explicitly written on his jacket. And I think in his mind that'd be too on the nose. Even though he slipped an ice cube into a woman's mouth
despite the finger water.
Card. Despite the ice finger water. So I'm gonna say number 3 ice is the lie. But I might be gravely mistaken.
Okay, I know. I paused the movie and read his whole jacket. But I don't remember. I do this when there's like text that you're not really supposed to pause on, like in any movie, because usually I get a good gem for the movie, but I didn't feel like any of it was like worth mentioning. I know Deep was there for sure. I remember that. Ice, I don't remember. Rob, so you have a point. Fresh, I feel like I saw. I'm struggling with Lust. Yeah, and Yep. Because he says yep in the movie. So I'm wondering if Bob just pulled it from that. But I'm also like struggling to imagine Bob like creating Lust. Yeah. in his mind,
it's not even a Bob thing. It's too oddly specific.
It is oddly
to not
specific,
be real.
But like,
yeah.
But Bob pulling his inner Pauly D from Jersey Shore sounds funny to me. So I'm gonna go with number 4.
You would know.
I would. I've seen every season. Not Family Vacation. That sucks. So I'm going to go number 4, Lust. Yeah.
I'm going to read now all the ones that were actually on his jacket and see if you can pick out which one I left out that was fake. Danger. Deep. Freeze. Hype. Ice. Lust. Yeah. Rollin'. Sex me up. Yep. A question mark.
So fresh.
Down by law.
Fresh.
Dope. And the letters JK surrounded by a star.
So fresh.
So
fresh.
Fresh was not on there. Yeah, fresh was.
Yeah,
was
I gotta say,
nice disguise.
I gotta say, deep next to fresh made me think it was like a Pizza Hut ad from 1991, and they were talking about like their Chicago style dish or something.
There is so little information about the production of this movie out there that I had to go with this.
This is one of those things like you go on like the family vacation and like you try to like everybody's like getting on each other's nerves, so like you go to Planet Hollywood to like try mitigating whatever crisis, and like
yeah,
you
but
look over,
nobody's
like,
happy with their shitty overcooked burger.
Yeah,
for
like
$18.
you're freaking like your overcooked chicken tenders that are burnt to shit, and you're looking over at like the glass case, like, hey, is that the jacket from Cool as Ice?
Is that yeah?
Does that say Lust? Yeah.
And right next to it, that's got to be the bowling ball from Grease 2. We're gonna score. All right, let's throw it to the catch-all.
Yeah, I'm sure we got plenty to unpack here.
We do.
Nice.
Yeah, short and sweet. Can you get more 90s than the way this movie opens?
No.
You really
It's
can't.
also it's a 5-minute sequence in a 90-minute movie to open it.
My first thought to play off that, Chris, is like I was like, this is the longest cold opening to a movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's one part of 18 in this movie.
Yeah.
One of the 18 parts of this movie was the opening sequence.
Yeah.
And it's just them dancing.
Fact.
But I have more to say on that. Go ahead, Bob.
My first catch-all was about the fence jump with the motorcycle, so I'm going to skip it and say that the montage that they played while the bike is getting fixed was absolutely hilarious. Like I laughed out loud.
Yeah,
it was good.
Totally insane.
You're talking about the two old people like trying to get it together, or are you talking about like the rest of the gang?
Everything.
Okay.
But both parts.
Yeah.
The whole thing was funny.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Montage. There was a lot of silent reaction montages.
Yeah. Okay. This movie is rated PG. Chris?
Parental guidance.
Yeah.
Where are we in the beginning? Like in that scene? Are we in an industrial arena nightclub?
Yes.
Where, like it's a very clean aesthetic, like nightclub, but there's like nobody there. They're just like all dancing together, and it look like they essentially refurbished a factory so that they can dance in it, and they have a guy who works the lights, but it's for no one.
Maybe they rented it from the CC Music Factory. Everybody dance now.
Dun, 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 dun.
Sweat dripping down my back. 90s, man.
Come on in, sweat. Wet. Let the music get you drunk. Let the music move you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I think it's Bob's turn.
Are we gonna let that go on for a while? Okay. All right. So
Sweat.
So after Vanilla Ice does his little rap, like I don't even call that like freestyle record scratching performance, she leaves her boyfriend and walks home. She's walking in the middle of the street, even after a street washing truck politely lets her pass by dry.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And there's sidewalks. Like I've seen the neighborhood where she lives. There are sidewalks, but she's walking in the middle of the street. That drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mentioned it before because it drives me crazy too.
All right. Where am I going to go here? I just wrote down the words aggressively white. So take that as you will. I'm just going to cross that off my list.
That's fair.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go for... Can I do a twofer?
Sure.
All right.
Please.
We're 13 minutes in, and literally nothing has happened. But also I wrote, what is the TV interview about? Why are they interviewing Catherine?
Because she got like a full ride scholarship, and they needed the dad on camera.
800 on her.
Yeah.
She got a double 800 on her NAF A1 or what? Like the made up test or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're gonna talk about her because she has a double 800. And she's just like, I've read a lot about how teens hate their parents, and I don't. And that's the whole interview.
They needed it because the dad was like covering his face because he didn't want to be outed.
Yeah, he's like talking like
yeah, yeah.
Did Rob just say she was on a horse and got a full ride? That's pretty funny.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
What was that in Clerks 2? The having a donkey show or whatever. It's like adjacent to that.
Yeah. You couldn't say that you'd straddle her though, considering she was supposed to be in high school.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice.
All right, I'm gonna read a long list. These were all the people who turned down the role of Kathy. You ready for this one?
Is Jennifer Connelly?
Lisa Marie Presley, Winona Ryder, Jennifer Connelly, Drew Barrymore.
I knew it.
Shannon Doherty, Julia Roberts, Jennifer Aniston, Sarah Jessica Parker, Uma Thurman, Martha Plimpton, Nicole Kidman, Courtney Cox, Bridget Fonda, Jenny Garth, whoever that is, and Tori Spelling. And then Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow almost took the role, and her producer father said, no, it's a bad idea.
Yeah, 100%. I knew you'd say Jennifer Connelly, though, because one of my catch-alls is that she's a knockoff Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So all those people were offered the role, and they were like, pass.
Do I want to be on a movie with Robert Matthew Van Winkle? Not exactly.
All right. I'm going to do something here real quick, because I think I know what happened with the clips. I'm going to play the abuser right now.
Oh, her.
About 500,000 to be exact.
No, it's not.
James, Jim, Jimmy, Jimbo. Hey, you got yours. Now we want ours.
Yeah, I must have just clipped the wrong clip. My bad. I thought I switched them up. Yeah. All right.
I enjoyed that. James,
yeah.
Jimmy, Jimbo.
Jimbo. Yeah. That was good. Yeah.
All right, your turn.
Whose turn?
That was my turn. I wanted to
her.
Put myself on blast real quick. So it's all you.
Hey, the kid Tommy is playing Super Mario 3. You don't see it on screen. I think you see like Tecmo Bowl on a screen when he's playing, and it's a different scene. But he's definitely playing Super Mario 3. I know just from the audio because like I'm a Mario fan, and I've played like Mario 1 through everything basically. Not like when to like Dreamcast level Mario, I didn't play it, but like Super Nintendo Mario, I'm all about it. And he was definitely playing Super Mario 3, and I was like, "That's cool. I like that."
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead, Bob.
Okay, so I'm going directly to the date montage when they were on their like first date.
Yeah,
it was completely psycho. It was psycho. They were running around a construction site.
Oh God, Bob!
They were rolling around on a likely.
You're ruining my catch-all.
They were rolling around a likely horseshit-filled field.
God damn it!
And she learned how to drive a motorcycle in less than 3 minutes.
Stop!
Weren't there a couple wardrobe changes too?
No.
All
he took his jacket off. Put his jacket on.
Okay, got it.
Jacket off. Jacket on. Jacket off. Jacket on.
Jacking it off. Yep.
I just wanted to say jacket off a few times.
Jacket off. Yeah, who wasn't jacket off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. Jesus Christ. I mean,
Yeah,
sorry, Chris.
I'm really sad now. I'm sad.
Hey, guys, I need you to revisit your mind's eye when you're watching this movie. You have any more for that, Bob, or was that all of it?
No, that's definitely it.
The most emotional scene when she looks and sees that he gave her ring back, And it's just her face in the fishbowl for our YouTube audience at www.theworstmovieevermade.com.
She's like,
I
did not write that down, but you're right. Yeah. Oh, we're supposed to feel terrible for her.
I'm going to try making that a feature photo for this episode if I can get the grab from it.
That's fantastic. Aaron says you can't use Winslow in the 80s because of Family Matters.
That's
okay.
Because like she was walking through when I was watching it, and Nick is like, "Goodbye, Mr. and Mrs. Winslow," and then Aaron was like, "You can't use Winslow in the 80s because of Family Matters." I was like,
yeah. That's a good point.
Go ahead, Bob. After you.
I only have one more, honest to God.
Jesus Christ.
It was, speaking of fishbowl, it was an impossible fishbowl. There were like a dozen fish, no filter, no rocks. Thing will be covered in algae and fish shit. And it was crystal clear.
Yeah.
That's true.
It was an impossible fishbowl. I noticed that the first shot of the fishbowl, then they repeatedly showed the fishbowl again and again. It made me more and more angry. So that's my last catch-all appropriately.
I got a couple more.
Fair. I had many.
Not exactly inconspicuous. Like he's like sneaking through her window wearing like neon day glow parachute pants.
Yeah.
Like the dad is like, he's definitely working for these people. It's like, if Vanilla Ice wanted to be inconspicuous, he would not be wearing like the most like brightly colored garb and like shaving his head the way he does.
Loud is the word I would use to describe his wardrobe. He's got a loud wardrobe.
Very loud.
Well, the jacket says lust. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. The one thing that jacket is not, though, it's not fresh. We've established that.
Yeah.
It is, but it's not.
It's funny that I'd rather listen to the band that's supposed to be bad than Vanilla Ice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they were kind of like jamming out, and I sort of liked it. And then Vanilla Ice took over, and I was like, this is bullshit.
Wait till you hear my next turn, Chris. Oh, Bob, you're done, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
The song the band was trying to play was "Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself" by Sly and the Family Stone. The bass player in that band's Larry Graham. He invented slap bass. Or at least he's popularized as being the guy who invented slap bass.
Yeah.
He pioneered it.
But then they dig through the record bin and they find the instrumental version of "Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself" by Sly and the Family Stone. Which is weird.
Yeah.
Because like the band, it wasn't the band's record collection as far as I could tell within the movie's fiction. So like he just happened to find the same track that they were trying to perform so he could like annihilate them with his like, lyrical wordsmith.
Right.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Yeah.
True.
I wrote, why is happening?
Oh.
Well.
Had your brain gone smooth at that point from watching this movie?
Yeah. If I had written everything I was thinking, I would have had a much longer catch-all.
Yeah.
She's walking in the middle of the road, I wrote, but we already addressed that. So how does Ice just show up on his motorcycle? How does he know about the goons?
In the final warehouse scene?
No, like she's walking in the middle of the road and she like the street sweeper machine lets her like.
Oh yeah.
And then they're behind her, and Vanilla Ice just shows up on his motorcycle and saves her.
Yeah, I can't figure that out.
I thought it was their poor way of trying to show you that like he was going after her for unrelated reasons. Then by happenstance saw she was in danger and scooped her up.
He just was like so desperate to shove his fingers in her mouth.
Yes. That's exactly right.
That's exactly it.
Go ahead, Rob.
I'm going to end with something that's going to piss both of you off, which is why I saved it for last. I said the same thing about Dwayne Johnson and other actors. No, Vanilla Ice or Van Winkle, whatever his really, he's an A-type personality, and that's why these movies are amusing because like you can't be that lame. Like I guarantee, like it's hard to tell the difference between like his character and like his real life persona and like the persona he invented as Vanilla Ice. But you could tell, like,
right,
he knows how to show up and execute. And to that point, do you know that before Vanilla Ice fame, he was like an award-winning motocross rider, and then like when he took a hiatus from music, he like is also like a world, like award-winning, like world famous like jet ski rider.
No,
he also has like a home renovation show.
Yeah,
you see that one,
it had like 11 seasons. It had like 11 seasons.
He's like a real estate mogul.
Yeah,
he like knows what he's doing.
I respect people like him, and even like, dare I say, like Machine Gun Kelly, who like clearly copped this guy's style, like unironically thinking it was cool, even though it's completely lame. Because like they know how to embody these larger than life, ridiculously stupid, like no one can take seriously personas and be massively successful doing it. And I always respect that, as much as I hate them. So I just wanted to give you some factoids about Ice baby. And I'm gonna bow out right here. Go ahead, Chris.
You have a Van Winkle in your eye. Well,
I got a Van Winkle. Go ahead.
He wears a leather hat when he's riding his bike, which is like, I guess, a helmet, kind of.
Yeah,
it's like a backwards leather cabbie hat kind of deal.
Yeah.
She didn't thank him for saving her, and I found that kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The parents just sit around in the house in the dark.
They do.
Yeah. I mean, you don't. Like, when my kids go to sleep, Stacey and I we just sit in silence in the dark. I'm like this is kind of nice.
Well, I mean, when I'm like, when I have time to myself, I go down in the man cave and I just turn the lights off and I play video games like in the dark.
Yeah, that's fair.
But so this is a damn he's good movie, right? Like
it is
a JCVD, like
yes, yeah.
Steven Seagal movie.
Like he heard the construction yard. He heard the construction yard during the "Help Me, I'm Kidnapped" tape, and he knew where it was.
I have that here. I'm gonna read it. Yeah,
he also fought off 4 baseball bat wielding villains at the same time.
Yeah.
Is there anything he
sure
these
do.
4?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything he can't do. Where are they from? I mean, him and his friends, and where are they going?
So that's
drifting.
I'm going to jump in here because it's implied they're drifting, but it's also implied that they're actively on tour. And then they had to take a detour because the bike broke down. Right. But like they didn't call their agent and they didn't call their agent to be like, "Hey, we're going to miss like the Memphis show while we're getting our little wheelie bikes fixed." They just they just hung around for an indeterminate amount of time and then like made it to the next show to perform and like,
that's my problem.
Yeah.
They are like a little upset about how long it's going to take to fix the bike, but like they don't actually really care at all.
Yeah.
But also, if they're on tour, how can they tour with no space to carry any equipment, vinyl, microphones, anything? They're on bikes.
It would make sense like if they did what like Neil Peart from Rush did, like he would motorcycle to the Rush tour dates while the rest of the band was in the bus with like their entourage because he just didn't like being around people.
Yeah.
But like that's not folded into the narrative, so I'm just speculating here,
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Bobby, you kind of said this already, but the dad says, "Catherine, where were you all day?" She says, "First we chased each other around a construction site. Then we danced in a desert plain. Then we fucked in a wheat field."
A wheat field that was most likely covered in horse shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, where do they live? Like, what fucking state are they in where all of this is?
Yeah.
I guess California, maybe.
I kept imagining a construction crew standing off in the distance, just like staring.
Yeah.
Seeing them like chase each other and like fake bite each other and smile and stuff.
Yeah.
This is a line from the movie.
All right. Craig's there.
Hopefully he's been with us this whole time.
Yeah.
This is a line from the movie. "Whackhead tried to play baseball with my homeboy's bike."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That almost made it into worst dialect, but it didn't. Sure, I'll stay away from your daughter, but I'm taking your son for a ride around town.
He promised.
He did.
He's got to be good on his word, man. That's all he has. As well as the other 60 words on his jacket.
jacket. I said I would read it. He somehow heard the thump of the construction equipment through the cassette tape, and he was able to locate where he was thanks to the thumping on the cassette tape.
That also proves there was someone at the construction site when they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's holes all over this
They're
narrative.
running equipment.
Yeah.
Dangerous equipment.
Plot holes in this movie. Weird.
Yeah.
The bad guys posed no threat. They took them out in like 45 seconds. They were leaving the construction site, and all of a sudden, they rammed their motorcycles through the third-story sheetrock.
That was the third story, wasn't it? Because they were looking down and seeing them drive off, like faking them. Yeah, that's a very good point. And I doubt there was a service elevator. And like they would hear the thing idling in the elevator if there was an elevator. It's going.
An elevator that leads to a sheetrock wall. So somehow,
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, somehow that happened. Okay, let's throw it to what we're watching.
Sure. God, what a fucking pile of shit.
I just asked the guys, like, what are we watching? What are you watching? And instead I get,
oh, you think you got jokes? You know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get this gas money. Take that with you. Take that gas money with you. That's what you're gonna get.
We do that. We do say that. I watched Beetlejuice because I kind of want to see Beetlejuice. But it leads me to the question: does Michael Keaton, like, is he underappreciated? Is he overrated? I don't really know how to feel about it.
When I still had a job, I edited a lot of pieces about Michael Keaton and movies he's been in, and like movies I remembered watching that people are like reviewing. Yeah. And he doesn't miss. I don't think he misses. He's
no, he
Johnny Dangerously, Mr. Mom, Batman Returns, Beetlejuice. I guess like Multiplicity or whatever. What's the one where he was
that movie that's like Gung Ho,
The Founder.
I think it's called.
Yeah, Gung Ho. He was in Clean and Sober. He was in a lot of stuff.
The Founder. He's good at the Birdman. Fucking Birdman. Dude. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I think you don't really hear about his flops, but
I guess the biggest misstep in his career though was that he was set to portray like the Caped Crusader, the guy, like, and he did a fine job, but like,
yeah,
the fact was that he's just like kind of a twerp, and he's supposed to be this like jacked like superhero, and that like I feel like that made a cultural divide between Michael Keaton and like that like typecast for like muscle man kind of character that he was supposed to be. Like, there was such a divide. Like when he was cast for Batman, I wasn't there because it was around the time I was born. But I think the cultural response was, this guy? Like,
Warner Brothers.
This guy is going to be fucking Batman? Are you kidding me? Like this.
Warner Brothers.
Dude.
Warner Brothers got inundated with 50,000 letters from comic book fans who were protesting their casting choice. And we're talking pre-internet. People hand wrote letters to Warner Brothers going like, don't cast Michael Keaton.
Yeah, because he's wrong for the role, and he did a good job.
But it was the
Batman.
It was the
Jokes
Burton
on
Beetle.
them. He did good.
It was the Burton Beetlejuice connection.
He did well.
Yeah, Tim Burton liked working with him so much, and he liked working with him so much in Beetlejuice. He's like, "You're gonna be in my Batman movie," and he's like, "All right."
Yeah, it's just crazy. It was a crazy choice though, and then to further compound the confusion, they casted Prince to do all of the fucking music for the movie, for a Batman movie.
Yeah,
and it worked.
Yeah, it's fucking dope.
Yeah, it was fucking.
Oh, don't forget!
I love that movie.
Don't forget Danny Elfman. He also did a large heavy lifting.
Yeah, Elfman. Sure. Elfman also never misses.
Which he does.
He never misses. Elfman is the best part of Tim Burton.
Ever since the Forbidden Zone, he's been just dominating the box office.
We gotta watch that as like a live episode because it doesn't fit in bad, doesn't fit in good. It just fits.
No, it's unhinged passion project.
It is
Peace.
so awesome.
Yeah,
I love
Peace.
it.
The other thing
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
watching, I just need to mention this before I pass it on to you, Bob.
Rings of Power.
Season 3 of Rings of Power was confirmed, so fuck you, Rob.
Season 1 had like 1.6 billion minutes watched across 2 episodes, and then season 2 came out and it had like 500,000 across 3 episodes. So
fair enough.
When I still had a job, I reported that intel to my my readers.
Well, despite how expensive the show is to make, there's a 3rd season, so there must be an audience, and I'm part of it. It's awesome, and fuck you. Go ahead, Bob.
Okay, I'm sticking to the one thing I'm watching because I have no time left on my hands anymore these days. And I rewatched something again. I rewatched Repo Man from 1984.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Nice.
I first saw it around like the mid 90s when I was in my very late teens, early 20s, working in a video rental store, and I knew the soundtrack as punk, but I didn't know the movie was like pretty punk as well. It's about aliens and punk rock and Repo Men, and it stars Harry Dean Stanton and Emilio Estevez, and just kick ass. Though it's not a good movie. It really is not a good movie. I just
Charlie
love
Sheen
it.
Isn't Charlie Sheen in it?
No, you're
Oh,
thinking of
really?
something else.
Okay, because No.
You're thinking
I'm not because I was thinking of Emilio Estevez in a Garbage Man movie.
No,
Yeah,
he's not a garbage. He's a Repo Man. The Garbage Man movie they're both in together is called Dirty Work. No. What's it called? Shoot, I forget. But that's a different.
It's
movie
Men at
completely.
Work. Dirty Work's Norm Macdonald.
Men at Work. Thank you.
Garbage
Men at Work.
Day.
Yeah, but thank you for interrupting, Chris. Anyway,
I'm good at it.
I just love it for what it is. I love it for what it tried to be or what it aspired to be. It's nothing more than a punk rock response to the X-Files a decade before the X-Files were even a thing.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm gonna call it.
Right.
And it's not good, but it's, what do you call that? What's the word? Cult. It's cult.
Yeah.
And it's worth watching from my perspective. No one else's. Go ahead, Rob.
Fair enough.
Well, foreshadowing, Chris, because I did see Beetlejuice, and it kicked ass.
Nice.
They perfectly captured the spirit and essence. It's spiritually a sequel to Beetlejuice, but thematically it's its own thing. It has the same characters, it has the same practical effects, the same aesthetic, but they don't. There's no like it's showtime or like callbacks to like the old shit. It's like all new. It's the same people, the same amount of years later since the movie was made. So it's like 36 years after the fact or whatever, and they're all in different places and they're all interacting with each other in their new lives without calling back to the old shit. And it was really awesome.
So it's not just like an entire pandering movie.
It's in the last 10 years since legacy sequels became popular. It's the best legacy sequel I've seen. Yeah.
Cool.
Not bad.
Love that.
Yeah. And then
go
ahead.
Go ahead.
Dr.
I was
Insanity.
I was gonna say a little factoid. I saw Beetlejuice, the first one, in the theater when it came out.
Hell yeah.
But we were almost late. We missed the trailers. We missed the opening credits, and we got there just as the couple died, crashing in their car. And we thought, shit, the movie's not gonna make any sense. We missed the opening, and I was like a teenager at the time, but it was. I'm looking forward to seeing the next one if you say what it is, Rob. So thank you for that review. Because I hate sequels, but the way you said it, I kind of want to see it.
It's good. There's a couple come on moments, but like it's overall it's fantastic.
Okay. Yeah. All right, cool.
And Dr. Insanity, because JCS Criminal Psychology on YouTube has not updated, and Dr. Insanity's kind of it's very similar to JCS. And then I watched I've been just watching like weird interrogation room crime scene stuff. And then Explore with Us is another series, and I watched the whole thing on the Amazon Review Killer, which was pretty cool.
Amazon Review Killer.
Nice.
The guy would like buy his implements for murder, and then he would leave like reviews on Amazon going like, "Yeah, this really kept him locked up in my shed. they couldn't escape." Like, people thought it was just like dark humor on the reviews, but I know he was actually like, doing terrible.
He
things
actually
to people.
was. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So that's what I've been watching. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's throw it to bad credit names.
It's Harry. My name is Harry. Her name is Regina. Harry. Regina.
The worst credit names. Scooby.
Okay.
Aaron Chill Martin.
Chill in quotes, or is it without quotes?
Chill in quotes. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of in quotes here, so hang with me here. Ernest Big E Ellis.
Okay.
John High Tech Hoffman.
Okay.
Deezer D.
Okay.
Rick Truck Beeman.
Okay.
Darren Squirrel Wayland.
Okay.
And Gary Schinkel.
Okay.
You know Gary Schinkel is not one of these dudes. Like, everybody else has like High Tech and Squirrel and Big E and Truck and Chill, and then there's Gary Schinkel. He was just like the guy that was like in charge of like the frame rate or something, like really boring.
Yeah, he was like in the editor's room.
Yeah, Shinkman, what's going
Gary
on?
Schinkel. Gary Big Gare Schinkel is probably what they'd say.
Yeah.
So, yo, Schinkel, get away from the craft service table.
Shink money, slick shit. Yeah.
All right, we don't have an offensive minigame, but let's play that bumper so they know what to look forward to.
But dude, mind your business, because I'll fight a woman if that's what your big ass really is.
Oh, that's the kind of thing that fits in the offensive minigame.
That's tasty.
That is
It's a
fucking delicious.
Nice little ambient. Sounds like American Dollar or something.
No, that sounded like raindrops in the best possible way.
Yeah.
All right, let's start the movie comparison, of which we don't have one.
You know, they call it vagina, but it's Regina. V''G''I''N''A. It's Regina. You can't even spell vagina. That's what you're trying to spell vagina.
Well, we both used a clip. Pitch, Rob, you fucking killed it with a 5-star. Offensive, I don't know, like pretty much offensive.
Yeah, for
Wait,
PG,
Robin.
rated PG. This is a kids movie. This is billed as a kids movie.
Yeah.
Ice Cube choking,
mouth fingering, schlong slopping,
schlong slopping,
Schlinging schlong,
Schlinging schlong.
Schlinging.
Wait, time. What's it say again here? Let's
wait. No, schlong. I'm gonna.
Yo, I'm out of here. Where you going? Across the street to Schling a Schlong.
What?
Across the street to Schling a Schlong.
Schling a Schlong.
Can we write Schling Schlong in the words?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Sorry, I can't say it right. Statutory rape.
Statutory rape. Dialogue. How do we rate the dialogue for this one?
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Vanilla Ice speaking.
Yeah, vanilla. That's the right word for it.
Aggressively white. Yeah.
Yeah. Production inspired by, but not inspired.
Inspired, but not inspiring. Yeah.
Yeah, inspired by, but not inspired. Acting.
Not
weak.
good. Weak.
And then, like we said, the demerit is Schling a Schlong. Worst of the season, and deservedly so. Cool as ice. Next week, let me check in on the live poll. It's The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage. A redo.
That was episode 2.
You know
right?
what? Yeah, it was episode 2.
Yeah.
We'd have Bob on the pod. And Bob wanted to do this one, and I said, "Fuck it, let's fucking do it." And then Rob was like, "I'm cool with that," and I was like, "All right, let's just like pretend like we have a poll going and just fucking do Wicker Man because I fucking love watching this movie. It's hilarious. I'm gonna get Aaron to watch it with me.
How did it get burned?
How did it get burned? How did it get burned? How did it get burned?
I've only seen the bees clip. That's all I've ever seen. So I can't wait.
Bob, there's a great clip. He shows up with a picture of the girl he's looking for, and he goes, "Have you seen this girl?" And without looking at, they're just like looking at it like, "No, we haven't." He goes, "Fun fact, it would actually help if you look at the fucking picture."
Bob, you are going to be beside yourself. It's fucking insane. It's
amazing.
It's art. It's art.
When he runs across the hill in a bear suit and punches that woman in the face.
Dude, he drop kicks a chick. For real.
It's so good.
Just to stay on topic for a minute. If you guys have any access to Riff Tracks, apparently the Riff Tracks version of Cool as Ice is really fucking funny. My brother told me that.
I'll watch that.
I told my brother that I'm watching Cool as Ice for the podcast. He's like, "Dude, you have to watch the Riff Tracks. It's so good." I'm like, "All right," which I probably won't get to in the next month or so, but I'm gonna keep it in the back of my head.
Well, I'm officially unemployed, so I'll make time for it.
It's out there.
I'll check it out.
Hey, Rob, to distract you, why don't you plug us and then throw it to Bob for his last word? Thank you for listening. We love you.
Yeah, you can find us at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. We are on all the streamers. We are on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok. We do trailers. We do polls. Sometimes we want to pick the movie ourselves, so we just put the same movie against itself so we can watch Wicker Man. But if you email us directly, you could override that by just telling us a title to watch, and we will watch it for you without even voting for it. It's that amazing. Also, what else do we have? I think I named them all. Email us. Just email us. Go on YouTube. I know we have voices for writing and faces for radio, but I mean, if you make it a round robin experience, it's not that bad. www.theworstmovieevermade.com. Bob, what's your last word?
That subscribe button.
Even though I want to say schlong, I'm gonna say yep.
All right. All right, guys. See you next week.
Yep.
Yeah. And because I've seen Wicker Man like 900 times, I also have time to watch the Riff Tracks because I pretty much have Wicker Man memorized.
Yeah. Of course. Her name is Rogues.
I'm gonna watch it again. Of course.
I totally.
So good. Remember, everybody, Schling a schlong. By Jessica.
Schling a schlong.
Schling a schlong.